music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee, and this is Jaylee's Corner, and this is another story time. Yep, you're gonna get two in one day with the same shirt. I just did one other one, so I'm like, you know what? I have this other story that has popped into my head, and as they kind of pop in my head, that's when I do them. Because I've lived, I'm 36, I have lived a long life. Well, not that long. Well, long enough. Okay, I've lived longer than others. So, I want to tell this story. Okay, I dated this guy named, what I say his name? I'll say his name because it's fine. I dated this guy named Jamar. I was, how old was I? I don't remember. I was out of high school. I was probably between the ages of 18 and 20 maybe, because I remember, I don't know how old I was, but it was early on. I know I wasn't over 21. I know that much. I was like between 18 and 20 or whatever. And he's actually the guy who took my virginity. Sorry, Mom. If you watch, it's fine. So, and that was years before or whatever. I was between the ages of 18 and 20. And Jamar was this guy who just thought he was just everything. And I mean, he was a lot of things, but then again, he was always getting on my goddamn nerves. So I remember my parents were out of town. Mom, you watching this, cut it off. Okay, just go ahead and cut it off. So my really cut it off. My parents were out of town. I don't know where my sister was. Where was Veronica? I think Veronica was like spending the night or the weekend with her boyfriend or whatever. This is how I know I was older. So I decided to have like Jamar spend the night with me at the house. Rain was there too. She spent the weekends, and Jamar's friend Chris was also there because Chris was there for Rain. And just because we were bored kids or whatever. Yes, it was between the ages of 18 and 20. And so Jamar was a player, okay? He was an absolute positively player of a play. He had like just got out of jail. It was crazy or whatever. And I remember at this point in time, I had just gotten my first cell phone, and it was an AT&T. No, it wasn't even AT&T. It was Singular. It was Singular cell phone or whatever. It was a little phone that was like orange. It was so weird. It was so long ago. And so Jamar came over like the first night. He spent the first night like from Friday to Saturday. And it was cool or whatever. So Saturday he got up and he like, okay, I'm gonna go like hang out or whatever. And for some reason he had like clothes with him. It is all the stuff he had or whatever, because he gets gone from jail, so he had like stuff within his car. And so he had brought it in the house because he was spending the weekend with me. And he said like, I'm going to go see my daughter or something like that. He like, so can I take your cell phone so that I can call you when I'm on my way back? And I said, sure, absolutely, take my cell phone. Okay, yeah, no problem. So he took the cell phone and he left. Chris did not go with him. Rain was still there. We were still hanging out. He left at like whatever time in the afternoon. Was only supposed to be gone for like a couple hours. 100 hours later, at this point in time, he left when it was daylight. At this point in time, it's dark. He's not answering my cell phone, which is pissing me off. And I'm just so aggravated. I'm so aggravated. And then when he finally did answer the cell phone, he was like, with another girl. Bitch, you with another girl? You got my cell phone? Okay. So again, he had just got out of jail. He was my age as well. We went to like middle school together, or whatever. So he was still my age. He had the clothes. He had all the clothes that he had at my house, because again, he had all the stuff in the car, and I still don't know why either to this day. And so I had also cooked dinner that day. I made him some spaghetti because he wanted some spaghetti. So I made him some spaghetti and I fried him some chicken. Okay, that's what I did. So Chris and Rain, like, don't get too pissed off, Jay. It is, you know how he get. You be dumb. He gonna come back and apologize. And that is what he usually do. But I was like, nope, not this time. I ain't gonna do it. So I remember going in the house and it was like, I'm gonna set all his stuff on fire. I'm gonna set it on fire, because I've seen it done on TV before, but I knew you can't set nothing on fire in the house. Don't be stupid. So I got a box from our basement. I put all the clothes he had in the box. I went and got all the letters he had written me, pictures he had sent or whatever, pictures of us before he was in jail, and I put it all in this box. I then went in the kitchen and got the dang on spaghetti that I made for him, and I put it in the motherfucking box, okay? And I proceeded to set the box on fire in front of our house at like 10 o'clock at night, because he wasn't back and he was not answering my cell phone. The whole time, Rain is laughing because she's like, Jay Lee is, she get pissed, she gets very fiery. Chris is like, sus, what you doing? Them all his clothes. Like, he ain't gonna have nothing. Well, he should have thought about that before he left over that bitch house, my cell phone. I literally was only upset because he was gone with my cell phone. Like, I didn't even care if it was some girl. I'm looking like, whatever. I talk to other guys too. But you out here with my cell phone, so I feel like you fronting as if it's your cell phone, and it's not. It's my cell phone. And the bad part about it was my mama had bought me a cell phone. So it was as if I paid for the cell phone. And I was pissed off. So I set all of his clothes, shoe, everything. Okay, it was so much. And I feel like he took the stuff out the car because wherever he was going, he didn't want anyone to know that he had all the stuff in the car. And it was old stuff. It was like 2 bags of stuff that he had. And I set it all on fire with the spaghetti. And matter of fact, when I did it, it was not in front of our house. It was kind of the neighbor's house, because I said I didn't want the cement to be burned in front of the house, because my dad was saying, why the cement on fire? Like, why the cement got burnt on it? The neighbors, they didn't care about nothing or whatever. So yeah, I set it all on fire. Now, as it's burning, as it's on the sidewalk burning, and now it's fully waiting to exhale. I had a cigarette and everything, and I was sitting on my porch looking at it burn, like, Jamar pulls up, and he see a fire, but he don't realize what it is. I think Chris probably called him and said, man, she tripping, you need to get back. I don't think Chris told him, man, she set your stuff on fire. So when he pull up, he like, somebody crazy. They set stuff on fire. And Chris walked out, he was like, dude, look at it. And so he looked up like, it's just a box. And I think he looked again and he saw like the remnants of the bag that he had the stuff in. He was like, is that did you burn my shit? I said, well, my cell phone, that nigga. Man, take this motherfucker stuff. Did you burn all my shit? You took my cell phone, so I thought I was supposed to burn your stuff up. That was the exchange. Man, he was so mad, and I gave 0 fucks ever. I was like, you left here at like 2 p.m. It's motherfucking 10 o'clock. You been going all day on my phone. I cooked that goddamn spaghetti for you. I burnt that shit up too. I was going off. Going fully off. And luckily, the neighborhood we stayed in, our neighbors, like, we were all friendly. So we stayed on a major street, so it was really just the neighbors on either side that can even hear me yelling, so it wasn't as if all the neighbors could hear stuff, because it was a big street, you know, it was a big street for the people across the street, so they couldn't even hear me. And then it was like, there was old people, they would sleep. So I don't care. Fuck you. Fuck them clothes. Get out my house. All your shit is out. No, I don't care. And he like, I'm sorry, but why you burn my stuff up? That ain't fair. I don't care. Go ahead on, bruh. And he was so mad. So, you know, I burned his stuff up because he took my cell phone. Don't take my cell phone. Okay? Just don't do it. And I feel like in one way or another, he kind of got revenge on me later on in life, because like maybe a year or two later, it might have been a little bit more than a year or two later, he had kind of reconnected with me or whatever. I don't even know how. And I was up in my room sleep. I remember like it was yesterday. And I was up in my room sleep. Veronica came up like, you got company downstairs. And I was like, what? Who? I don't know, some dude named just something. And I'm like, Jamar? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, you left him downstairs by himself? And she's like, because we had like a nice ass house and we didn't really leave people, you know what I'm saying, just to be wandering around the house or whatever. And so I said, man, so I had to get up and throw some clothes on. So I went downstairs and we chit-chatted or whatever. And then he left. I ain't did nothing about it. Maybe like 2 days later, my daddy was like, did y'all have anybody up in this house? And I was like, no. I'm like, well, no. I said, my friend, you know, Jamar stopped in like one day. I'm like, but he was only here like a minute or whatever. And my dad was like, somebody, like my gun missing. Like, it was a gun in the house. My dad had multiple guns in the house because he, you know, CCW. And he, of course, to protect his family as well. And so one of the guns that he kept, like, in our den was missing. And I'm like, well, I don't know if he took it. I don't think he would have, because why would he take it? And then I kind of got in trouble because they're like, why did you have him in the house? And I'm like, I didn't even let him in the house. No, why would you let him in the house and leave him downstairs by himself? And I said, I didn't. I was in my bed asleep. Veronica came upstairs and got me, and she left him downstairs by herself. And I think she kept saying, no, I didn't. And I was like, yes, you did. I was like, I didn't let him in the house. And Veronica argued up and down that I left him downstairs. And I'm like, Veronica's a snitch. Veronica used to get me in trouble all the time. It is what it is. But yeah, she just, oh, my battery getting low. She just said she didn't leave him downstairs by herself. And I'm like, but you came upstairs and got me. And it did take me a minute to get down there, because again, I was asleep you can't just wake me up out my bed and I'm gonna go downstairs, sleep with my eye, hair all messy. No, I kind of got myself fixed up because I didn't want guys looking crazy and bummy. I'm like, so in that aspect, I left him down there for a minute, but I didn't invite him over and leave him downstairs. And my daddy was mad because it was like a good expensive gun or whatever. And so I like called him like, bruh, did you take my daddy gun out the house? Man, I ain't do that. What you mean? I'm like, you was the only person in this house, you know what I'm saying, who wasn't, beside like me, my siblings, and my parents, you know what I'm saying, from the last time my dad saw the gun and one was missing, and you was the only one here. So you took my daddy gun. And he argued me up and down that he didn't, and I was so pissed off because I knew he was lying. And I think maybe years later, he admitted he stole it. But at that point, I'm looking like, I know you stole it, you old bastard. And I feel like he did that to get me back for burning his clothes up. But I was like, you didn't, I mean, I was mad too. I was really mad that he did that, because my dad was pissed at me. And I'm like, I ain't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I burnt the stuff up, you did something wrong. I ain't do nothing wrong. So you came back to me. And I hate a thief. I hate a thief. And after that, I never kicked it with him again. I think when I talked to him after that, it was like on some like social media, like Facebook or whatever, and he had like sent me a friend request or something stupid like that. But he's passed away since then, so you know, it is what it is. May he rest in peace. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, I burned his stuff up, and years later he took my daddy gun. So anyway, that's my other story time. Hope you guys liked it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.